In this video, I will give you a detailed tutorial on leverage trading futures on the platform BYDFi. If you want to get the best sign-up bonus possible on BYDFi, you simply have to go down to the first link in the video description, then you will get to exactly this page right here. And as you can see, you get an exclusive welcome bonus with up to $8,100. I'm quickly going to show you how you can get those. Directly after the sign-up, you will get $20. Then after you've made your first deposit over $100, an additional $20. And then after you've made your first trade for at least $100. So these are the very easy to get bonuses in here, and then down here you get the big bonuses after reaching those certain deposit and volume trading milestones. To create your account, you simply enter your email address right here and set a password or use one of those options, and then you're ready to go. Once you have created an account and you log in for the first time, you will get to this page right here. And now I'm going to first show you how you can easily deposit money. First, how to deposit crypto. You simply go up here to your wallet symbol and click on deposit. Then on the left, we are going to choose the cryptocurrency you want to deposit. In my case, I'm going to deposit some USDT. Then for the network, you can select whichever one you want. In my case, I will choose the Tron network, but you can also use any other network. Just make sure that you're using the same network as the other wallet or exchange where you're sending the money from. Then down here, you will see your personal deposit address, which you can then copy to your clipboard and then simply send over the crypto here to your account. If you don't have any crypto yet, or you want to deposit with fiat money directly, there's also an option for that on here. You simply go up here to buy crypto and then click on buy crypto again. Then here on the right side, choose buy and choose the fiat currency you want to deposit. For example, euro, US dollars, British pound, whichever fiat currency you have. You can also search for one up here. In my case, I will choose the euro, and then in here type in how much you want to buy. Then you can also see how much you will receive approximately in USDT. Then I'm simply going to click down here, purchase using euro. And then I will get to this page where I can see those different payment providers and see what payment methods they offer. For example, Visa or MasterCard, a normal SEPA bank transfer, or also Apple and Google Pay. Then I'm simply going to click on one. I can also see how much I will get. I simply need to agree to the terms and click on proceed to transaction. And then I will be redirected to the third-party service where I need to enter my payment details and therefore confirm the purchase. Once you've made any deposit, you can easily check if the money has already arrived by simply going up here to your wallet symbol and then click on spot. And here you can see if any of your deposits have already arrived. If you deposited with something other than USDT, we first need to convert it into USDT to then trade with it. And you can easily do that by going up here to trade and then click on convert. Then up here, choose the cryptocurrency that you still have. For example, if you deposited with Bitcoin, just choose Bitcoin in here, select the amount or click on max, and then convert it down here into USDT. Just click on convert, and then that's already it. Once we have it in USDT, we can go back to our assets. I'm simply going to go here in the overview, and then you can also see I have my USDT right here, and it's currently all sitting in the spot account. But if I want to trade with the money, I need to transfer it from my spot account into my USDTM futures account right here to then trade with it. And I can easily do that by going up here to transfer. Then I'm going to choose from spot to USDTM. USDT is the currency, and then down here I'm simply going to choose all, click on confirm, and as you will see right now, it's out of my spot account and now in my USDTM futures account, and I can now use that money to trade with it. Alright, so next up, let's take a look at the trading platform, and we can get there by going up here to derivatives and then click on USDTM. Then you will get to this trading page right here. I'm now going to quickly show you everything we can see right here. First of all, in the top left, you can choose the trading pair that you want to trade. For example, Bitcoin, Ethereum. You can also search for any cryptocurrency you want up here and then trade that trading pair. In my case, I'm going to stick with Bitcoin for now. Down below, I can see the price chart. We can choose between this basic version or trading view. In trading view, you have also some other options, so you can choose which one you prefer. In my case, I'm going to leave that on basic right here. And also up here, you can choose for both the different time frames. So the 1 hour chart, 15 minute, whichever one you want to use. Here on the right side, we can see the order book. So all the selling orders in the market, and down here, the buying orders in the market currently. And at the bottom, you will see here, we can see our open positions later on when we open our first trade, as well as your open orders and your history. On the right side here at the bottom, we can also see some information about our assets. So we can see the $140 that we deposited into our futures account right here. And also if you scroll up a bit, we can see how much of that is available currently for new trades. And this right here is our control center where we can open our trades. So where we can set the leverage, choose the order type, choose the position size, add take profit and stop loss, and eventually open long and short positions. So let's open our first long position, and we can easily do that by first going up here. And I recommend you to leave the margin mode right here on isolated for the beginning. And down here, we can choose our leverage. We can use up to a 200x leverage. In my case, I'm simply going to start off with a simple 5x for now. Click on confirm. And then we have that set up in here. Next, we can choose the order type. We can choose between a limit and a market order. If you choose a limit order, you could set a certain price. For example, if I want to open my position at $90,000, if I would open that, then an order would be placed at $90,000 right here. And only if the price would go down and reach that price, then this long position would be filled and opened. But what I can also do, and I use most of the time, is a simple market order, because a market order is simply executed immediately at the current market price. Next up, I need to choose the position size, and I recommend you to choose in here USDT order by value, because then in here we can simply type in how big we want our position to be. For example, if I type in $500, that means down here I'm using round about $100. Sometimes it can be a little bit less, so if the numbers are not exactly right, it's because we're losing so low values and because it needs to be rounded to an even BTC value a few digits after the decimal point. So that's why sometimes the values can be a bit off, but this is roughly like $100 times the 5x leverage will equal round about $500 position size. So that's how your margin, your own capital in the trade, times the leverage will always equal the entire position size. So that's how those numbers work. And next up, I can also add a take profit or stop loss if I want to do that. So if I just click on here, I could either type in the prices directly, or if I click on advanced, I can click on long right here and then even set more specific values. I could, for example, switch this up to return on invest in percentage or my profit or loss in dollars. So I could just switch it over to that. And I could say when I'm $50 in profit, I want to set my take profit. And when I'm going to switch that here to P&L, when I'm $20 in a loss, I want my stop loss to be there. And you will see the prices right here automatically calculated. I can see how much profit and loss I would make. If I click on confirm, you will see I have that all set up in here. And now I'm simply going to click on long, confirm, and then you will directly see I've opened my long position. We can also immediately see it in the chart. So I can see in here, this is where we entered our trade. This is the position size, $470. You can see a little bit less than the $500 because it had to be rounded. I can see my profit or loss in dollars, currently a few cents in a loss. Up here is my take profit, where I make $50 of profit, and down here is my stop loss, where I make $20 of a loss. If I scroll down a bit, I can also see all the important information about my current trade in here. I can see again, it's a Bitcoin trade. It's a long trade because it's in green and it has a 5x leverage. The position size of $500. This is my price where I entered the position, and this right here is the current price. So you can see the price has currently gone up a little bit. Therefore, my profit right here is also in profit. This is my open profit. So you will see if the price goes up or down, you will see in here how much profit or loss you currently have in this position. Margin, we already discussed. This is your own capital in this trade that we saw right here at the beginning. So it's around about the $100. And the last thing we also can see right here is the liquidation price. Liquidation price would mean if the price would drop this much down to $75,000 and we wouldn't have a stop loss, we currently have one, but let's assume we didn't have a stop loss, then the price would be liquidated at that price, and it would mean it would be closed automatically by the platform, and we would lose our entire margin, in this case the own capital in this trade. But of course we can prevent that from happening by placing a stop loss beforehand, which we already did. And lastly, I also want to show you how you can edit your take profit and stop loss, because we have them placed in here. But let's say you want to edit them at any time. You can either, the easiest method is to just tap into the chart, hold and drag it to a new position. And then if you release, you will see now it's been replaced to a new position. And I can also see the profit changed a bit. So the higher I put this, of course, the higher my profit will be. Now it's at 39. If I put it a little bit higher, it will be at $54 of profit at that price. Same goes for my stop loss. I can also easily replace that to a new position. If I want to do it exactly at a certain price, I can also go down here in my open orders. And I can simply go in here and choose, okay, I want to have this at a different price. And I can also say I only want to close, for example, half the trade instead of 100%. And if I put this to 50%, for example, I could say half would be closed in here and the other half in here. So I could also set like multiple take profits and stop losses if I wanted to do that. By the way, you can also, of course, cancel them at any time by just clicking on this bin icon right here. So then they're gone. And if you want to place new ones, you can simply go in here under take profit and stop loss, click on here, and then simply place new ones as we did in the beginning. All right, so next up, I want to show you how you can easily increase your position size. So as you can see, currently position is $470 big. And if I want to increase that, I can simply go in here on the right and open a new trade. For example, I'm just going to use the slide controller, put this to 100%. That means we are using our margin that is available in here roundabout times the 5x leverage will equal in another $190 that will be added onto this trade. So what this will do, if you click on long right here, this won't open a new position, but instead it will be just added onto the existing trade. So if I'm just going to click on long right here, confirm, you will see now we've increased our position size to $660. So that's the way how you can easily increase your position size by opening new trades. Now I don't have any available margin left to further increase the position size, but what I can still do is increase our leverage. As you can see down here, we are currently sitting at a 5x leverage, and if I want to increase that, I can just click on that right here and edit that later on as well. So I'm simply going to go in here and put this to a 7x, for example, click on confirm, and you will see we've now increased our leverage. Nothing really else changed. So the quantity, the position size is still the same. Our margin is still the same. But what we can now do, of course, is because we increased the multiplier, we can decrease our margin because the result stays the same. So we can decrease that and increase that because this is a multiplication. This will still work. And I can see if I go on this icon right here, if I go to reduce margin, I can take up to $37 out of here. And if I'm just going to click on max right here and confirm this, you will see, of course, the liquidation price will be adjusted a bit. So I can show you that also. Now we decreased our margin and we have available funds in here again. Because we increased the leverage, we were able to take that out. Of course, we need to note that the liquidation price also increased. So that is one thing that you need to keep in mind. But of course, if you have a stop loss beforehand, maybe you're already in profit, have your stop loss in profit, then you can easily do that without having to worry about it. But the good thing about that now is that I freed up capital from this trade and I can now do whatever I want with this capital. I can withdraw it, I can open new trades, or for example, I could even further increase this trade size by just going in here, put this to 100%. I could add another $300 of position size into this trade. So let's say I'm just going to do that for now to show you. You will see now I was able to even further increase the position size to up to $940. So that's how the leverage increase works and what it actually does. I'm also going to show you how you can do the other way. So if you want to decrease your position size at any time, you can easily do that by just going in here, click on market, choose, for example, 50%. That means we're closing half position and therefore reduce our position size by $470. If I click on confirm, you will see now it's down to $470 again. And of course, if I want to decrease my leverage, I can also do that in here, just put it down again. Or also if I just want to manually decrease my liquidation price again, I can just go in here, increase margin. Let's say I want to add another $50 of margin, click on confirm, and you will see I've decreased my liquidation price again. So you can easily at any time edit any of these values, your leverage, your position size, adding new bids or closing parts without any problem. In the end, if you just want to close the entire trade at some point, you can just go down here, click on market, choose 100% and click on confirm. And then you're also out of your entire trade again. All right, so next up, I also want to show you how you can open short positions, and you can easily do that by going here to the right again. Let's choose market order to open it immediately. For the quantity, I'm simply going to choose $500 again. And I'm also going to add a take profit and stop loss. Let's say we go to advanced again, click on short right here. And I again want to choose it by profit or loss for those. So let's say I want to place my take profit at $60 profit and my stop loss at $15 loss. You will directly see that now the price for my take profit is of course below the current price because you're making a profit if the price goes down when we're short. And the stop loss price right here is above the current price because we're making the loss if the price goes up. Then I can just click on confirm that I have it set up in here. And now let's just click on short right here, confirm. And now we can see that we are in our short position. We can directly see right here, okay, this is where we entered. Now it's in red. That indicates that it's a short position. Up here is our stop loss and down here is our take profit. So we make $15 of a loss in here and $60 of a profit down here. If we scroll down a bit, we can of course again check these values in here. Pretty much it all works exactly the same as for the long position, only difference with the profit if it goes down and loss if it goes up. Therefore, of course, also your liquidation price will be above the current price. So if you wouldn't have a stop loss and the price would go up to $113,000, then you would be liquidated in this trade. But of course, we had our stop loss already in here at $97. Now we can of course leave the position opened until either our take profit or stop loss will be hit. Or if you just want to close the trade at any time, you can just do that by going down here to market. Let's choose 100%, click on confirm, and then you're also out of your short trade again. Don't forget to create an account on BYDFi by using the first link down from the video description to get up to $8,100 in bonuses. And if you have any other questions, always feel free to ask them in the comments.